It's fairly simple, but it's actually kind of robust. It's under Tools, and you have Posemaster listed. So you run it, and the first time you run Posemaster, it's going to say there are no character pose groups available in Posemaster. Add a character. It needs a group for each character, so we're going to just be dealing with the snowman. So we're going to add a character and call him Snowman. And when you initially create a character, it has a tab for the character, and then it has one control group that's named All. Control groups are kind of the heart of being able to set and apply poses. So let's actually load in the snowman and set some poses. Well, first let's create the control group. So I'm going to select all these bones individually, which I've just done. Here. All these bones individually, and you're going to right click. All the options are going to be done by a right click, with the exception of applying poses, and then go create control map. And right now a control map has been created. If you want to see if one's been created for sure, deselect everything and then right click and go select group controls, and it will select what you had marked off as a map. This gets saved after Posemaster is shut down. So we're going to create a pose now. If this is in its default state, so let's create a new pose, and we're going to call it a new pose map. We're just going to call it default. And if you'll notice, nothing is selected. And we now have this pose called default. And it was everything that was set up in our control group. So now that we've basically messed it up, even though we have nothing selected, we just click on this button that says default, and it will set all the attributes on the pose group. Now, oops. You can also save selected poses. So we have these two elements. Even though we have a control group here, for whatever reason, let's say we wanted to save just those arms. You go new pose selected, and we'll just call it arm. Now we have the arm, so we can get them back into the default position, and that just adjusts that one pose. Those elements. So for example, we do this and just hit arm, boom, it's done. Now you probably are going to want to create other groups as well, because this is an all group, which is the idea it's for the entire character. So if you want to create a new group, for example, just if you had facial controls, you might want to have a group called face, and you'd set your control map to only the face. Same thing with arms, hands, bodies, whatever you want. And let's just create a stand pose for him. Okay, so we've now got a stand pose for our guy, and we'll create this new mapped pose, and we'll call it stand. Okay. One of the things you're going to probably want to do at one time or another is you're going to be bringing in another character, an existing character asset with a different namespace. So this guy is Snowman, but even in our sample project we had somebody we called Thrower. So now we have That's snowman, and here's thrower. Now, even though they share the exact same tree, they're the exact same asset, we can't apply our poses to thrower, because whenever we try to do something, it's going based on the namespace to snowman. So now let's say that we wanted to have it affect snowman. I mean, have it affect thrower. We'd have to transfer the pose. So you'd click on transfer and add the namespace here that you want to actually apply these poses to. And lo and behold, now thrower gets affected by all of the poses we have set up. In a nutshell, that's Posemaster. There's not a lot of options, but as you're going to probably want to do, you can also key a control group. This is a quick way of having selection sets as well of controls, if that's one way you want to work with this as well. But you're also going to eventually want to delete your groups, which of course you delete it, gives you the little warning. Once you delete a group, it is gone forever, and it deletes all the poses too. Sure you want to do this? Well, yes. And now that group is gone, and you'll never see it or any of the poses again. We can do that again here. Delete the group. Well, actually, first let's delete one of these poses. And if you right mouse button over one of the buttons, the other option is delete pose. And it'll come up with a warning for that, and now it deletes the pose, and that pose is gone. And if you want to delete an entire group, you would do delete group again here, or if you wanted to delete the character, you could delete a character tab, and then Posemaster is saying there are no pose groups available in Posemaster. Add a character, it's completely empty, and if you do cancel, it won't even come up. So that, in a nutshell, is Posemaster.